Hey guys, it's Dan returning again to cover some more information from Sylvester Stallone and to kind of give you guys a backstory on what's going on with the Creed series. But I want to open this video with a direct quote from Sylvester Stallone. And I'm curious, after you guys hear this information, what your guys' opinion will be of the Creed series. So I'm going to open with this. This might shock you. This is a direct quote from Sylvester Stallone. It should have ended at Rocky 6. My spineless, double-dealing agent, who also handled Jordan and Ryan, which is Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, which I did not know, convinced me after 2 years of bending my ear to do the film. I sadly gave in. A mistake I will always regret. Directly from Sylvester Stallone. You guys heard it. He regrets doing Creed. I agree. I mean, if you guys have seen my Creed and Creed 2 movie reviews, it should have ended at Rocky Balboa. I will always say that. And to me, the Creed series is a spin-off anyway, so I kind of look at it as kind of almost like a separate multiverse kind of thing. But I know this is probably upsetting some of you guys because I know there are fans of the Creed series. And, that's fine. That's your opinion. Just real quickly, Creed 1, when I reviewed that, as a general audience member, just looking at it as a film, it's a good film. It is very well done. It is a good film. As a Rocky fan, I did not care for it. I did not like the route they went with Rocky. Creed 2, not as good a movie as Creed 1. My biggest complaint for that movie is like Rocky is like barely in it. The best stuff in Creed 2 is the Drago stuff. I wanted to see more of that. But really it all comes down to, for me, Adonis Creed is just not very rootable. And what I mean is he's not really an underdog. I mean, he's got a bunch of money and he just had a good job. And then he just was like, I don't want this job anymore. I want to fight, which is fine. But what I'm saying is like, we're being told to root for him. That's kind of how the movie goes. But if you really take a step back and look, why are we rooting for him? Because he's Apollo Creed's son? But I digress. I want to give you guys some more information on exactly like why Sly now feels that way. So the first thing we're going to do is just, again, we're going to go back to Creed. So you heard it from Sly, and I've heard this in an interview too. For 2 years, they tried to convince him to do Creed, and he kept saying no, no, no. Ryan Coogler, seems like a good guy, and if you ask, find out the information behind the scenes about Creed 1, things went rather smoothly. Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan were actually very respectful of Sly during the filming of Creed. They asked Sly's advice. Sly wrote new dialogue. And he kind of had equal screen time as Adonis in Creed 1. It was kind of like a half and half kind of movie, but he doesn't have anything negative really to say about Creed 1 except for the fact that he didn't know that his agent was also Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan's agent. So again, that's like a conflict of interest kind of thing there. And that's directly from Sylvester Stallone. That's him saying it. Again, it's kind of like he was hornswoggled, if you guys, I'm old school. But anyway, that's basically, Sly won a Golden Globe for Creed. He did do a good acting job, but we got to go to Creed 2 now. And this is where all the problems started. Ryan Coogler does not return. Stephen Caple Jr. comes in as director. Now, this is a director he's green. He's not a well-known director. He doesn't have a lot of things under his belt. So Michael B. Jordan, and I'm guessing Irwin Winkler had some stuff to do with this because he's got the control. Michael B. Jordan wants the franchise to kind of more focus on Creed, and that's what happened. And Sly has said it himself too. It's like Irwin Winkler says the future of the franchise is in the Creed films, and that is from their perspective, I can see that being a case. I mean, with Sylvester Stallone getting older and older, but Sly has had many ideas for another Rocky film, which now he'll never be able to do. But so again, let's talk about Creed 2. So basically, during the filming of Creed 2, Sly again, he had these ideas and he had, rewrites and things like that. And for the most part, Stephen Caple Jr., again, being green, which means new, they did film scenes for Sly and they did adjust things, but they did different takes. So they would do like the take first, the version Sly wanted, and then they would do, the version that, like, let's say Michael B. Jordan wanted, because Michael B. Jordan, this is where he became greedy, okay? And I used to like Michael B. Jordan, but after hearing this stuff, I don't care for him anymore. And I'm not saying he isn't a good actor, I'm just saying as a person. So when Creed 2 was done being filmed, Sly wanted to kind of be involved. And here's the thing, okay? I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but we just know Sylvester Stallone likes to have his hands in everything, okay? Like writing, producing, directing, starring. So it's like, but why not listen to the guy that created the franchise? Is kind of how I look at it. But anyway, they forbade him, and by they, I mean probably Irwin Winkler, but definitively Michael B. Jordan. And because Stephen Caple Jr., again, was green, I feel like he just listened to whatever. Like, he didn't want to step on anyone's toes. Because I don't hear Sly really say anything bad about Stephen Caple Jr. So, but anyway, Michael B. Jordan, forbade Sly from having anything to do with, the editing process. He basically shut him out. And what I mean by that is, when Sly would try to contact him or his agent, they wouldn't even reply to him. So, why would you treat someone like that? And again, this is just my opinion. I feel like Michael B. Jordan is kind of on the same page as Irwin Winkler, the future franchise is with Creed, so that's what happened with Creed 2, and Sly had a bad time on the set, that, because of all of this. He could just tell on the set, it was like they were just kind of brushing him off, or oh, let's just make him happy, we'll film this. But I mean, you can tell, you got the deleted scene with Spider Rico's funeral. There's a great scene that Sly has. And then, there's more stuff with Drago and Rocky. They had a fight in the hospital. Now, maybe that wouldn't have fit in the movie. I've seen the scenes and I'm like, okay, I can see where they don't want to follow the Rocky story as much. They do want to make it more about the Creed, franchise. But to be disrespectful to Sylvester Stallone for Creed 2, that's where the problem lies. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say about Creed 2. I think so that's where all the problems. So then, okay, so now we got to go to Creed 3. And the whole reason I'm making this video is because I will not see Creed 3 in theaters. I cannot see Creed 3 in theaters. Am I curious on the movie? I am curious, but I cannot, out of good conscience, give money to Creed 3 after what you guys are going to hear here and what you've already heard. And I know some of you guys, I did a poll a little bit ago, and half of the poll results were yeah, I'm looking the most forward to Creed 3 out of Sly's 3 films coming out. And I'm, maybe that won't change, maybe it will. But anyway, so Creed 3, originally, well, I don't know this for sure. I heard, well, this was Creed 2, excuse me. Sly was possibly going to direct Creed 2, but it ended up not happening. I don't know if it has anything related to this or not. I don't know. But anyway, so Creed 3. Michael B. Jordan, during Creed 2, was pretty much told, you will be able to direct Creed 3. Okay, so we knew at Creed 2 time, right when Creed 2 came out, Michael B. Jordan was yeah, I'm directing Creed 3. So it was this was all a setup. And okay, whatever, but here's the thing. And again, Irwin Winkler, final say, right? Irwin Winkler has the blocking rights, he has to okay everything. So Irwin Winkler, essentially, Michael B. Jordan wanted this and he got it. So MGM either caved or what, but he has 100% final edit of Creed 3. I mean, MGM never gave Sly final edit in any of the Rocky movies. Why does Michael B. Jordan get it? What is that? I don't quite understand that. Again, I think Erwin Winkler is like pushing this, like yeah, this is like the franchise now, but does Erwin Winkler have that much power? Like, I guess, I mean, MGM, they own the series, but nothing can move forward until Erwin Winkler gives the okay. So is Erwin Winkler like, well, he's going to get final cut, or we're just not moving forward? Maybe that's what happened. But in any case, that's what the case is. Michael B. Jordan has final edit, final cut of Creed 3, and he's directing it. It has a $90 million budget, Creed 3. Here's a direct quote from Sylvester Stallone. Another direct quote. Creed 3 has a $90 million budget. Rocky 1 through 6, $91 million in total. Holy Moses. That's a direct quote from Sylvester Stallone. So they're giving Creed 3 a $90 million budget, and Rocky 1 through 6 in total had $91 million. Again, is it like just what's the deal here? And again, I can't speak for MGM, but I just feel like Erwin Winkler probably has something to do with this. Regardless, this is facts, okay? Regardless, this is facts, and it's kind of wrong, like, to me, in a sense. Like, why are they banking on this so much? Again, I don't know. I don't really quite understand the case, but here's what's crazy. Creed 3 is done filming. They're in the final, whatever, they might do reshoots, they're in final editing, but there are many problems. And it's because Michael B. Jordan is new at this, and it's already being talked about that, like, it's like the stress is getting to Michael B. Jordan, and they've already viewed the movie and it's not that good. So get this. Here we go. Another direct quote from Sylvester Stallone. They asked me to re-edit Creed 3. Of course I passed. So I'm guessing it was MGM. No way Erwin Winkler approached Sly. I don't know, but it says they. So they asked me to re-edit Creed 3. So they've already approached Sylvester Stallone. Like, hey, like, we really need your help. Like, can you, like, please come in and re-edit this? And he's like, no. Here's another thing. Another direct quote from Sylvester Stallone. They begged me to shoot several cameos. I truly regret ever doing Creed. That's the second time now Sly has said, I truly regret ever doing Creed. That's in two separate quotes. And they begged him to shoot several cameos. See, they know they need Rocky, at least somewhat, but good. Like, I'm glad Sly is, like, standing his ground. And my thought process on this is that Erwin Winkler maybe has threatened Sly, like, if you don't help us, we're going to kill off Rocky off screen in Creed 3. And this is just a guess on my part. I have no facts or anything on this, but, like, that's what makes me feel like why Sly is releasing all this information online, like those Instagram posts against Erwin Winkler, like, because I don't know why else he would, like, explode like that and start, on Instagram. This isn't Stallone's on Instagram when he, took shots at not only Erwin Winkler, but David Winkler and Margot the wife. He was, like, taking shots, and then did another post about, like, oh, I don't have any rights, it'd only be a good gesture if he gave me some rights back. So anyway, there you go, guys. I mean, what else is there to say? Do you really want to support Creed 3? I mean, maybe you're okay with it, and that's fine. That's your opinion. I don't know if I was going to see Creed 3 before hearing all this anyway. I mean, I probably would have, but again, I'm not a fan of the series. I can't now. I can't. I want, it's like I want MGM to know and Erwin Winkler to know, like, you can't, it's wrong to, regardless if it's, like, against the law or illegal or whatever, like, you're behaving badly. And again, this is all on Sly as far as, like, his side of the story. Like, we don't hear anything else, but I mean, what else can you gather from the fact that MGM has reached out and said, please come in and re-edit this, and please come shoot several cameos 2 separate times. That there's problems. I'm still curious, but, like, when the movie comes out on, whatever, streaming or because will I buy the movie? I don't know. I'm kind of a completionist when it comes to things, but ugh, I don't know. I'm really curious what everyone thinks about this at this point. So, post in the comments or whatever. But basically, in a nutshell, here we are. We have Creed 3 coming out. Sly's not involved. There's problems. Michael B. Jordan was given all this power and is struggling because he's green. He's green at this, I mean, like, this is his first go at it, and he's having problems. And I want to say this: Sly has not really said anything bad about Michael B. Jordan. Um, and there is a quote that I didn't read. I didn't think it was pertinent, but he does say he feels sorry for Michael B. Jordan. That was a quote from Sylvester Stallone too. That's he feels sorry for him probably because of what he's it's the pressure is getting to him. But still, I mean, like, you know what? Like, you kind of dug your own grave. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Let me know what you guys think. So, yeah, I will not support Creed 3. Let me know about what you guys think. See you later.